I'm gonna hit you so hard you won't see nothing. Ever, 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 ever.
Audio skulls all day.
The lyric scientist lab.
I didn't do like my normal ritual where I like yell into the microphone. I'm not going to do that, by the way, just because I'm not going to do that because what is the word that we use it for? Exercise. There's like a vocal or verbal exercise that it can be performed before going live on a podcast.
Talking about yellow leather, red leather?
Yeah, well,
that's one of them. There's a bunch. I sent you a clip of
no, and then it's just the ones where I'm over here like, just making faces, like slapping the table like a belligerent. Hey, you've never done that before, dude? That's how you prepare for things. Like that's how you get the heebie-jeebies out of you and stuff.
Oh my god,
it is, dude. Trust me. Like I don't
heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, just the fucking the jitters. It's just like, oh my god, I have all this energy.
Welcome to the show, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
This is episode 248 of the Mad Scientist Lab podcast. Welcome in, Epic, and we have returning guests.
Christina, Paul, thank you for coming back.
Thank you for having us.
No, man, it's always nice to have people over. It just makes it a lot more fun. Makes conversation deeper, makes it more meaningful, more powerful. Gives you more level of expression. Is that the word I'm looking for?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. I like it. I like it a lot. But again, thank you guys for coming back. So I've been doing a little bit of analyzing in my head before you guys got here.
Oh, God.
What? Hold on. I was like, well, we've got 4 people. We've got 4 people on the show, which is not an everyday thing or an every week thing, I should say. But I know that we were like really, really talking about movies and stuff like that last time. But the one thing that I didn't really get to talk to Paul about a little bit is his love for just cowboys and
wait,
hold on.
Whoa, wait a minute. We're not talking about which Cowboys?
Not the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh God,
actual Cowboys.
Oh, okay, keep going.
Okay, yeah, If it is the Dallas Cowboys, then that's gonna be new to me.
Like I said, keep going.
Yeah. But you're a big Red Dead Redemption fan.
Yes.
Yeah.
We did talk about that.
We not really.
I think we touched on it.
We touched on it.
RJ, he don't be knowing shit.
I know.
Not on here, though.
I know a
no,
lot.
we did.
Well.
It was briefly, he brought it up.
Briefly. Just briefly.
Yeah.
But there's so much more to discuss.
Okay, discuss it then.
Well, I am getting to that point.
Oh, my God, man.
And as I escalate this conversation longer than it needs to go. But I know that you're a big fan of it, Tombstone, all that good stuff. What I was going to ask you is you've sent me some videos over time, and I think I've talked about it with Jared a little bit, about some of the conspiracies within the lore of the Red Dead Redemption universe, right?
Yes.
How Dutch Vanderlyn is possibly a cannibal, okay, and just various other things throughout the world. I just wanted to ask you, and we don't have to spend forever on this topic, but I wanted to ask you, do you still play it to this day, or do you pick it up and play it sometimes, or do you what do you do with it? Do you go out looking for shit to fuck with in terms of looking into these conspiracy theories?
Yeah, I kind of looked into some of the things that people brought up. It's usually stuff I find on YouTube, honestly. Yeah. And then I'll start the game and okay, that's what that guy was talking about. That's very plausible that Dutch could have become a cannibal. And I remember another video I sent you was how it was quite possible that Dutch suffered a concussion during the Saint Denis robbery.
You think? They probably suffered. Back then, they've suffered plenty of concussions.
I'm sure there's a lot of untreated concussions and other injuries.
Falling off horses and shit.
Oh, yeah. Other injuries that went untreated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just because medicine at the time couldn't do anything with it.
Yeah, they were using leeches and shit to get rid of disease.
Oh, yeah. They gave you cocaine for, diseases.
Oh, hey.
When in Rome, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, if it makes you feel better, it must be good.
Yeah, right. But yeah, it was a very interesting video because Dutch was always kind of unhinged a little bit. His plans were a bit harebrained.
Yeah.
But if you observe his behavior before and after the Saint Denis incident, he gets even more erratic, more irrational. This what he's doing makes less and less sense.
Yeah, he got out. Like the more the game went on, the more he was like a fucking weirdo. It was like, bro, can we just kill this dude? Like,
Yeah, right.
There was like halfway through the game, I'm like, I don't need him anymore.
Exactly.
Well, it's when he killed the when they were on that island. When he killed the older
The
Spanish lady.
yeah.
Yeah, that's when I was like, oh my God, he's evil. I mean, I knew it the whole time, but that was like the breaking point. And then Arthur's like, you killing folk Dutch, and all this other stuff. And he's like, choking the shit out of this.
Sanguine.
Oh, you said you spoke Spanish.
That wasn't the name.
Yeah, exactly. And so I just, because Jared's obviously into the role playing for Red Dead Redemption, and I know you're just such a big fan of it, and I just didn't feel we had enough.
He doesn't know how to use it.
What, RP?
Yeah.
I mean,
if I catch Jared doing role playing,
okay,
he better be the one that has the saddle on his back and the woman is riding.
Hold on now.
You mean cosplaying?
That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah.
Actually, I was thinking about it yesterday because it's a new genre. It's only 5 to 6 years old. Like
5 to 6 years old.
You act like it, but. So not a lot of people know, but like if I try to explain to even gamers that are out there, they're like, "What's role play?" Well, it's basically cosplay, but with the video game. Like GTA 5 is bigger because I've talked about it on here before. There's 5M, which is the mod for so you can make changes in the game of GTA 5, and then Red M is the mod that you can make changes in the game for Red Dead Redemption 2. So GTA 5 is more popular because it's modernized, and people like who do Red Dead 2 is kind of slow. So like some people are like, oh, there's not enough going on because everything's spread out. You actually traveling by road. It's kind of like D&D and cosplay mixed together because you already have a rule set that you have to go by. You can't like just randomly go around killing people. That's called RDM. So there's a whole bunch of shit that you can't do, and then you kind of follow these different arcs of your character, and you can't like really refuse role play from other people. That's kind of a rule break, but I don't know. It's a whole new thing that's gonna blow up in the next 5 years.
Okay.
I think it'll even blow up when obviously GTA 6 comes out.
Well, it's not really because there won't be mods right away. Although Rockstar they're probably working with them, but I don't think it's going to be anything right away where it can.
Like, you think it'll be a couple months in before they?
It's going to be probably a year or two in.
Okay.
Because you got to remember, it's not going to come out on PC first.
This is true. I didn't think about that aspect of it. Just because there's so many games coming out in the next year, and what I was going to ask Paul, have you ever played Mafia?
I played on my phone.
I played a mobile version of it, but that's it.
Yeah, so Mafia, and the reason I bring it up is because there's a big gaming convention this week, and Mafia basically came out on the original Xbox back in 2003, 2004-ish.
Yep.
And so they remade them, upgraded graphics, the whole treatment and stuff, and it's actually on Game Pass right now if you're an Xbox owner. And
it's also on the PlayStation Network. Stop being exclusive.
I'm not being exclusive.
Yeah, you are.
I am exclusive.
Because I was playing it before you were playing it.
Well, that's great. And I'm playing it now, and I'm playing through on the hard mode, and it's kind of fucking hard. I'll get it done.
Fuck that hard mode shit. That's not an easy game.
I know it's not. Trust me, I'm playing through it right now. But I will get it done. No worries. The reason I brought it up is because there are 3 games in the series, for console.
Okay.
But they just announced a prequel, Mafia: The Old Country, coming out next year for Xbox, PlayStation. I'm assuming PC and all that stuff.
If it's for Microsoft, it's going to be PC.
And what I was going to say is it's actually just going back in time. It's going to take place in Sicily. So it's going to be like the origins of the original game. So I just thought that was really cool.
Boppity.
Yeah, just bippity boppity. That should be the name.
Bippity
of
boppity boo.
That should be the name of the episode.
Bippity boppity boopity.
Possibly, if we can spell it. Possibly.
Bellissimo.
But no, I was just asking if you've ever played that because I think you would really like it. It's not. it's a pretty linear game in a big world, so to speak. It's not like Red Dead Redemption where there's like tons of like just secrets hidden everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, there is to like a tad degree, but not nearly on that realm. But it's very structured in terms of
I like
the story.
linear, kind of linear. Well, it's not really. Well, I guess it is linear, but I kind of like. Look, this is where you have to go. Instead of me, I don't feel like wandering. My ADHD gets too.
Yeah, no,
wild.
I'm the same way, dude. When certain games, if I'm wandering for too long and I don't have direction, I become anxious. I'm like, where am I going?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm stuck in a bag.
And then I get
and
bored
can't
because there's like, yeah, it gets boring after a while. Open world is good to an extent.
So no, but that's why I think Paul would like it because it's not, and I think that's why it's a very accessible game for people. Is because you got your story mode and then you've got your free ride mode, which is basically exploring the city. So you can just kind of play through it and be done with it. So I highly recommend you check it out. I think you'd like it a lot. The other two, I've played the second one. It's really good. I haven't played the third one. Everybody's kind of on the fence about that. But I am excited for the prequel. And speaking of prequels, this is a sequel. Borderlands 4 is coming out. I know Epic is excited. I know Jared doesn't care.
Nope.
But I care.
By the way, that movie tanked.
That movie did awful. Dude, I already knew, like, as such a fan.
You
of
did
the
not
series,
know.
I did know.
That was a star-studded cast. You could not have guessed that.
Dude, it's because I could already tell that it's not going to follow like anything canon about that series. That is a very like cult franchise.
I'm just upset because Bobby Lee was in it, and like they sat on that movie for 3 or 4 years,
and that could have potentially resulted in the catastrophic box office failure.
I think it didn't come out. I think part of it was COVID.
Yeah.
The other part was the writing strike. So there was all kinds of fucking
so it just stinks because the games are very well written. Their humor is kind of slapstick and cheesy, but it's just dialogue very well, just executed properly.
Yeah.
And I just knew when I saw that, it's like, man, I don't know what they're gonna do because there's so many ways you can go with that franchise. But if it doesn't stick to any source material,
look,
then it's
I deal with this every week, so I know.
That's okay.
it's important. This
He
stuff is
needs
important.
what he needs to do though, because we got to find some heavy wall anchors because our walls in our apartment are kind of thin, so we need to put a shelf up because our cats think that the Xbox is their heating box.
Oh yeah, no.
So
don't
they
do
like
that.
to lay on the darn thing, and I just try to tell him, I say, you know what, I want him to hook it up so badly because I was able to find out, because with me being a Supernatural fan, I found out that someone has actually made the bunker from Supernatural in The Sims.
No.
And I want to play so bad, so I'm constantly just giving him this look like, the 10 weeks that you were gone at the police academy, I could have been playing The Sims, but no, you don't want to hook it up because the cats.
So yeah, we got to get these wall anchors put in.
I'd like to put in my little 2 cents worth. Get your own console. How about that?
Yeah.
We have 2 consoles in the house,
There you
one
go.
for the kids and one for our bedroom.
Oh, well,
So
you could have hooked it up.
Yeah. I could have hooked it up, yes, but he would have complained to me and saying, "Hey, we need shelves to put it up first."
Oh, well, the cats will get on the shelves too, though.
Well, if the shelves that we bought, the ones that I found, they're not going to be able to get up on those. Yeah, so and of course, we took in 3 more cats.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So you have a total of like what, 24 now?
No, we actually we actually had to put
15.
we had to put 2 of them down yesterday.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry you had to do that.
One of them was actually really, really sick. She was already up of age. She was already 19 years old. She was having
long life.
yeah,
Yeah,
so she was having
pretty-
difficulties getting up and down off of the couch, and she had a really bad like a tumor that was growing on the side of her face, and they said that she wouldn't survive if she did surgery to remove it because she was at that age.
I gotcha.
And that was my son's cat. That was like his support animal. So it didn't really hit me until like last night, like when I started going through pictures and stuff, because I was trying to find some stuff because I told my daughters that I was going to do a canvas of our German Shepherd that we had when she was little.
Okay.
So he lived until he was 16. So I wanted to get his picture and her picture and put it side by side and get a nice little canvas and put it up in our
Yeah,
in our
no,
house.
that's awesome.
And I was going through the pictures last night, and all of a sudden I just started crying. I was just like, damn it.
Yeah.
Because she was there for me too, because she was the one that kind of detected something was wrong with me in the first place. And I'm just like, damn,
It's all
it
right, man.
sucks.
Well, it's good that you guys
Yeah.
are kind enough folks to take animals in. Not everybody has that, just that character trait, I guess.
Mhm.
My aunt is kind of the same way. Now, she won't let him in the house, and this is my dad's sister, but she's been an animal lover, her whole life. So when I go visit her on occasion, she has a whole litter, like literally, like there's probably like 8 or 9 cats that are just kind of chilling in the backyard, like in the wild.
That's
But
just
she
like how his mom.
she feeds them, and they just kind of huddle around, and then they disappear until it's time to eat again. And so, how big they are now, I have no idea. And I think she tries to do little things to keep them warm if it's cold outside and stuff. So yeah, no, it takes a different type of person to really want to shelter that many animals. Because for me, having one is fine, and I love animals too. But if I have too many, I'm all over the place. I'm not going to keep track of shit.
It's not bad. I mean, it's just that every single one of them that got they don't get me wrong, every single one of them got a personality of their own. They literally do. And I think what happened was when me and Paul got together, and of course, I had Addie, which is the cat that we just recently put down yesterday. And then my daughter's godfather found a I guess it was considered a runt, like one of those runt kittens that the mother cat just leaves behind and doesn't take with the rest of her litter. And he was in his garage, and he calls me and says, "Hey, I found this cat. My mom doesn't like cats. I want to keep him, but she doesn't want him. Would you be willing to take him in?" And this is when Paul was still working bar back over at Lucky's. And I looked at him, and I showed him a picture, and I said, "Can we take him in?" And he just looked at me, and he goes, "All right, we could go ahead and take, another one." That was 2 cats.
And now we're like 47 cats later.
Yeah, I mean, but I will have to say, though, we kind of missed that stage when they're kittens, because it's fun, especially when we actually got to watch 2 litters be born, literally, during the pandemic. And we knew that one of the cats were pregnant. We just didn't know when she was due. And we couldn't take her to the vet or anything like that because everything was shut down. So it's like,
yeah, you wake up and it's like, what the fuck is all of this? Yeah,
and all of them were supposed, and all of them were scheduled to be spayed and neutered. But here's the pandemic; everything shuts down. We're like, Paul's like, crap. So we're trying to keep the females and the males separate.
Yeah.
But our daughters say they need to socialize. That cats don't socialize like that. They socialize in a different way. Especially when they're
socialize.
When they're in the mood, they socialize differently.
Social being, they're like humans in a way. They have, like you said, they have their own personalities, and that's why people end up getting more than one, because just one by themselves, they're like, what the fuck am I supposed to be doing? I'm bored as fuck out here.
Yeah, this
Pretty
is
much,
Dave and this is
pretty
Chuck.
much.
And, Dave and Chuck are different.
Yeah.
Hello, Dave and Chuck. I'm naming my next cat Chuck.
Well, I was watching some podcast with Mark Maron and it was Bobby Lee. They both have cats, and Mark Maron was saying he had just taken in a cat, like one cat's named Charlie, and he has a Sammy.
Yeah.
I forgot what he had one other one, but
no, I would name it Murphy after RoboCop. There we go.
name whatever you want.
Yeah. I mean, we do have the NCIS cast running around the house.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty dope, man. I mean,
we got Denozo. So we got Denozo, we got Ducky, we have Bishop. Ziva, we had to give her away because we think there was maybe like some health problems going on with her.
She also worked for the Mossad.
Yeah. That sounds pretty fucking skeptical. I'm not going to lie. Go ahead. Yeah. Continue.
And then, of course, we got Sylvester, because I don't know if you remember the black cat, Sylvester, the guy, Steve Cash, he had a YouTube channel with Talking Kitty with the black cat that was constantly, where he would voice over where the cat, you think the cat's talking back to him.
I think I have seen some of those videos.
And he recently passed away, and so did the cat. So, so we wound up with an all-black cat, named him Sylvester. Then I got one that's named Dean. And my daughter, so when we came across originally there was supposed to be 4 kittens, but one of them got out. So I think it was like, hey, the apartment's overcrowded. I'm going to escape out of the apartment. So we only had 3 of that litter that was still in the house, along with the other 2. Yep, I'm going out. So our daughter thought that one of the cats was a girl and named it Ginger. So when it finally got a little bit older and the balls dropped, I said, sorry, sweetie, this is not a girl.
And
it's
the
a
balls
boy.
dropped.
I said, this is a boy. And my daughter goes,
can see this
I
in
still
my
want to
head.
name it Ginger. I
Oh my
said, so
God.
you want to give it a stripper's name? Yeah. I'm like, okay, fine.
Why not?
So, you know,
Ginger is a stripper's name?
apparently, I mean, you hear strippers got Ginger,
I don't know.
you know, you
I
got.
feel like
you got-
Coco is
What's
like
the
a
cat,
stripper
red?
name.
No, it's like a cream and a white
Oh.
color. So it kind of could look ginger. It's got a little bit of a red, but it's a cream color.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ginger.
And
Yeah, I
then
guess it
you know,
does
and
kinda
then on the
sound
like I said, the
hookerish.
pandemic happened.
Floozy like.
We wound up where Ziva got pregnant, and I told my daughters, did you realize that more than one male cat can mate with one female, and wind up with multiple litters to be birthed? And my children were looking at me like, wait, what? I said, yeah. So she only had 4 kittens. One of them didn't make it, so 3 out of that litter survived.
All right.
One of them did get adopted.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, Epic. Well, he said he's not a stripper. And people call him Ginger because like they call redheads gingers. That's
Yeah,
So-
because they
derogatory.
I mean, it's not. I
not
don't
really.
think. Well, I did date one Ginger, and he was a little bit on the soulless side. He didn't
Oh
have
my
soul.
God.
Oh my God.
I'm not saying all of them are like that. I'm just saying just one.
That is like you know.
It's like white
It's
people
funny.
smell like baloney.
Well,
What?
Yeah, you've never heard that?
No.
or that or wet dogs. That's true.
Yeah. Either white people smell like baloney or wet dogs. I sniff myself quite a bit, and I'm gonna tell you.
You're not
Wow.
gonna smell it.
Well, I know. Well, that's why I sniff myself so often.
Oh.
I'm trying
Oh
to
my-
detect it.
Hey, more of you motherfuckers need to sniff yourselves.
No, first of all, you might not be too far off from that. Okay.
I know for a fact.
When was your most recent sniff, sir? Let me.
Were you able to reach your ass to sniff it?
No, I wasn't
Whoa.
gonna take it that far. That's some like Marilyn Manson shit. You know.
Yeah, he took out his ribs.
Yeah. We're not gonna go down that
No.
dark road.
That's a rabbit hole we don't want to go down.
No, not at all.
No, we don't want to go down that one.
No, there's a lot of rabbit holes we go down here, but that's definitely not one. Geez, Louise, God, I remember when that happened too.
And we decided not to because of the fact that we got 3 kids in the house. One my oldest daughter moved out to California. You know, so she's she's 24 now, so she lives all the way out there. And I got the 3 in the house, so we're like, the cats are kind of like our kids, technically, because we are yelling at them at times, get down, don't do this, stop that, you know? And they just sit there and look at you like,
I'm gonna do it.
I'm
anyway.
going to do it anyway.
Fucking pawing
You
at you
know,
like this
yeah.
and stuff.
Oh,
Get off me!
Oh my gosh!
Feel like Steven Seagal.
And we do have
Oh,
one.
never
We do
mind.
have one. We do have one stray though. She has like the most sweetest heart though. Like she is the only one that's well behaved in the apartment. The only one. And I'm like, why are you so well behaved? Why can't the other ones be like you? And she just looks at me like this, like, because I'm me. And then she hops off the bed and she goes does her thing. You know, so it's like,
Yeah, my cat's pretty chill, man. I'm not even gonna lie. She don't give me a hard time unless she's
No.
like fucking.
Yeah, 'cause
cracked
she doesn't
out.
like you because you stepped on her.
but
that
do
one
you?
time.
But do you?
Dude, she shouldn't have been in the way.
No.
In the dark.
No, she wasn't in
With
the
my
way.
eyes closed
She
and
wasn't in the way.
blindfolded.
She was a trained assassin. She was trying to kill you in the middle of the night.
Dude.
Which they will do.
So no, I'm serious. Like I came home one night. People were asleep, so I'm like trying to wake everybody up. I'm like, "Hey, little buddy," and she just latches to my arm, and I'm like, swinging my
Probably
fucking-
scared the fuck out of her. You were probably drunk when you did it too.
Possibly.
I wouldn't put that past him.
That is maybe possibly the truth, but
She was probably like,
I can lie.
I was
and
chilling,
you'll never
bro.
know.
It is fucking 3:00 in the morning. You're supposed to be asleep
Oh, it
while
wasn't
I'm
that late. It wasn't. It wasn't.
while
that late.
I'm roaming around, minding my business.
No, it was like.
I mean, we
11:30.
have one cat that if you're in the shower, and
Whoa.
because our bedroom's door locked, we got 3 cats that are in our room. So I got 2 of them that like to come into the bathroom to make sure you're okay.
Yeah.
And when I was in the shower one time, our black cat was going, I'm like, dude, I'm fine. I'm not drowning. Leave me alone. And he's like, meow, and like trying to get in. So I open up the shower door a little bit. This sucker comes in. I mean, he's not afraid of the water.
Oh,
No.
that's a lucky one right there.
I'm like,
Yeah, no.
dude.
Do you know what?
I just realized what Jerry just meant. He's a lucky one. He just got in the shower with a lady.
Well, no. wasn't-
something I can't do.
No, I was saying as a owner, like
Sorry.
like cats, like if you want to give them a bath and they just they fucking hate it.
No.
That's when you get scratches and all kinds of shit. Cause,
We actually got 3
you
that
should
actually
see my
like the
hands.
water. 3 that like the water.
oh well, that's like I said, that's lucky because most don't.
Yep. They can sit in the sink, you turn on the water, and they just sit there.
The thing that I guess when I got my cat, what scared her the most out of anything was when we would run the vacuum. Just like the loud
Yeah,
noises.
they don't like it.
Yeah. But believe it or not, she's very calm about
Well,
it now. She's gotten used to it.
Yeah, most things, even humans don't like.
Mm-hmm.
It's a loud noise.
Yeah, it's like
Dogs don't
you're
like
in your safe space.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, this fucking loud noise just happens. Like,
that. Dogs don't like vacuum cleaners either.
You know who else
that's what
doesn't
I'm
like
saying.
vacuum
Humans,
cleaners?
like
Me.
kids.
I like them
Actually-
to clean.
My son slept through the vacuum cleaner when he was a baby.
Must be
Never
nice.
woke him up.
Must be nice.
So, well, I didn't say all. Just like
Some.
not all cats or dogs are gonna be
Yeah.
afraid, but like again, you're in your quote unquote safe space, and then all of a sudden, this fucking big. There's a cartoon that kind of portrayed that. I don't remember if it was.
Is it Simon's cat?
No, I don't think it was
Because
a
it's
cat.
on it's on
No. It was a animation. Maybe it was like Rugrats or something. But it was like this vacuum cleaner became this big monster, and it was like.
Oh,
You know what?
Rugrats.
It was
Rugrats.
I think it was
Yeah,
Rugrats.
Yeah, no,
Rugrats.
that sounds very familiar.
Man, these kids ain't gonna know about how good Rugrats were, man.
Well-
But now when you watch it now and you listen to half the stuff that was talked
It's still
about,
good.
it's still good, but it's like, oh my God.
It's very
Now that I
adult.
got the jokes, because,
Yeah.
when you're a kid, you don't really think about those things.
Well,
now you listen to it.
I mean, a lot of stuff is like that. Like I remember when I rewatched as an adult out of the house, rewatching like Martin reruns. I was like, oh, this shit is way funnier than I thought
Yep.
it was.
Mhm.
It's because I didn't get half of the jokes.
Yep.
Well,
Same thing with Fresh Prince of Bel Air. And,
I was always a fan of the Fresh Prince. Me
Family
personally.
Matters. That's one of my favorite.
Nope.
I started watching
Family
that one.
Matters. I watched it, but it was cheesy. It was. Here we go.
Tell us how you
No,
feel, Jared.
okay.
It was what white people thought that a black family should have been.
Should have been, yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like how it was.
Because
With
there was no black writers on that
No.
show. It was,
Oh,
it was all white people.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
It was just, the actors were just black.
Well, if you watch the there's a YouTube
hurting
video
my
that they
brain right
did
now.
because they were talking about doing a reunion for all the characters from
Nah,
Family Matters.
Half of them motherfuckers didn't even like being on that show.
No.
Some of them got done dirty. I watched something recently. Yeah, I watched something. I think it was the Dark Side of the '90s. Some shit I was watching, and it was basically talking about Family Matters and how pretty much all of them hated being on that show.
Yeah, but
And-
they
and-
put
and-
on they really did put on an act though for
Yeah.
that reunion though.
I don't know if I even saw the reunion.
I have to send you the reunion because the
You don't have to.
Yeah.
I'm not that interested in it.
Well, when they did the Fresh Prince reunion.
Well, you talking about Fresh Prince or
No, they actually did a family.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they
Nah,
actually did one.
that one? I'm good.
Yeah.
I saw the Fresh Prince one, but I'm good on Family Matters.
Yeah,
No,
Fresh
that-
Prince kind of it didn't feel right because the guy who played
James
Oh, yeah.
Avery.
Yeah, he died.
yeah.
Come on, Krang.
Shredder,
dude.
And
Come on.
I felt like the
Do your
original Aunt Viv should have been on there.
I
I
don't
like-
think she. No, she did come
No.
on.
Did she come on?
She came
Because
on-
I
she
know
came in at
her.
the end.
I know her and Will Smith. I think it was her. And
No,
Will
no, they did a whole thing in that like
Because I know
series.
I know she doesn't like Will Smith's wife.
A lot of people
she
don't
Oh,
like
nobody
her.
likes
Nobody
her.
likes her.
But
I don't like
no, at the end,
Only and set it off, and that's about it. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
at the end, she came in and they like they did a whole thing like it was probably for the cameras, but they did a piece where it was he was apologizing to her, so that she was on there.
Yeah. But
No.
yeah.
No.
So-
The James Avery tribute like killed me because I love Uncle Phil. I mean, I was just like,
yeah.
like it was killing me.
Yeah.
No, but do
But
you know
I did like that scene that he did with the when Will and Carlton got arrested, and he went in there and went off on those two white
Yeah.
cops. And
No, that's a good scene.
that was a really good scene.
One of my favorite scenes is when they're at the pool hall And he goes in and he doesn't.
Oh,
and,
yeah,
and
yep.
he doesn't. He acts like he doesn't know how to play, and then Jeffrey's carrying the pool stick.
Yeah,
in his
I forgot what he named it. It
starts
was like
whooping
he's like get Bernice.
Lucille.
No,
wait.
Lucille. No,
No,
I think
Lucille
it's
is-
Is it Lucille?
I don't think so because Lucille.
Because I actually have a pool stick and mine's named too. So
Lucille was the name of BB King's guitar, so I don't know if it's this. Maybe it was the same, but I know it was a chick's name. I just don't remember what it was.
Yeah, you gotta name
even
your,
though
you got to name your stick after a chick.
Wow. You can.
even
I don't
though,
name my stick after no
I-
chicks.
mine's
it's a
not
joke.
named after mine's not named after a chick, but when you see my pool stick, you're gonna be wondering what in the hell, who I'm gonna be jamming this up whose ass because it has ridges.
All right. Well, we don't want to see your rigid pool stick.
Is there something you want to tell us?
No.
Paul, you are also a guest here on this podcast. You are able to interrupt and elaborate at any time.
I'm going to defer to the wife on this one.
What?
Yeah.
Well,
What did I do?
she's talking about jamming her stick in some. So
And it's rigid too.
Yeah.
Don't forget that.
Apparently, that ass is mine.
Yeah, there.
is it
Apparently.
is it
Ooh,
ribbed for your pleasure?
I guess we're going to find
Is it
out.
ribbed for your pleasure?
Oh my God.
According to her, it is.
No.
What? Since when?
Said it had ridges.
Yeah, but it wasn't for that whole particular point. I got it because I mean, it actually helps me with my grip and my aim when I do my shots. I mean, Cheeto may think of a different whole situation because Cheeto was like, whoa, because I pulled it out and I started screwing it on, and he goes, whoa, what are you doing with this? I'm like, nothing. Get your mind out of the gutter.
Jeez.
Can't.
Castiel is a perfect pool stick. Leave him alone.
Well, I want to make everybody aware that you can catch us anywhere you get your podcasts. That is Apple Music, Spotify, all that good stuff.
I apologize for everybody for this guy.
You don't have to apologize, Jared, because do you know what I found out this week that kind of like semi bothers me a little bit? Or it doesn't even bother me. I just thought it was really random, and I don't remember this at all obviously as a kid. But everybody seems to hate Steven Seagal. All right.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit.
He's
Just like
on
Hulk
my-
Hogan.
Dude.
Yep, him and Hulk Hogan are on my shit list now.
Dude, fucking. So I just randomly, I don't even know how I found this, but I ended up in this Steven Seagal hatred thread. Okay.
Bro, so many people who have worked with him in the past say they will never work with him again.
Yeah, it's great. Well, I've never overly analyzed his career either. I'm a fan of Under
I'm not
Siege.
over analyzing his career. I'm just telling you what other people have said about it.
Well, yeah. Well, I just
and
never
it's
knew
multiple upon multiple of people who have said it.
that. So, the comment section was. It was so good, dude. They were
Why
like,
don't you tell us instead of laughing?
well, I'm getting there. I'm trying to enjoy myself on my podcast with my friends. All right.
Yeah,
Thank
but
you.
it's not about you. It's about the fucking.
the
audience.
viewers.
Well,
yeah, the people that listen.
both of y'all received gifts this
Oh,
week,
yeah.
too,
Before
so,
I continue on my Steven Seagal rant, I did get a gift. Here, hold on. I have a bag. Well, I always wait for the show to open these up, especially if it's something diabolical or something that is, God, unforbid, inappropriate.
No, it's not
Okay, okay,
inappropriate.
I just
No,
wanna
it's not
make sure. Don't worry,
inappropriate.
my family
I
watches.
promise.
My
Epic, what-
93-year-old grandmother.
Epic. What do you mean by? I don't know what that means. The turd thing.
Oh, they're even wrapped.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. All right. Hold on. I'm going to start. Okay, hold on. I was not expecting this. Here, let me do this. Here, I'm going to put this bag. Is this a Michael's bag?
Yes.
Oh.
I mean, it
Yeah,
definitely says Michael's on it.
Yeah.
Well,
we have
I was
reusable
trying to.
bags
I
now.
didn't. It was scrunched up. I didn't want it to be like
They got reusable
Miguel's or something like that. You know. All right. So we've got the. Is this?
bags. The Office,
Dude, I didn't even know they made shit like this. This is so cool.
right?
The craziest shit is you're like a fucking squirrel.
What do you mean? I am not a squirrel. Hold on. I'm
I think
opening-
that's why me and RJ get along a little bit because I do have squirrel moments. Too.
Yeah,
It's like,
no.
oh, squirrel.
Dude. Okay, so hold on. We're opening the first one. Okay. All right. Oh, this is nice, dude. Love football, Jared.
Because football season is
You should have got one for this guy over here.
No, don't give me one of those.
He's the biggest football fan I've ever met in my life. I'll tell you.
Nope.
Oh,
You know what? Speaking of that, I might get back into it because I started like seeing clips of
The drafts.
No,
Mr. Jaden Daniels?
No, stop fucking putting words in my mouth.
Okay, I'm listening.
Cam Newton's podcast, 4th and 1.
Okay.
And the way he'll break down different plays, like it's just I kind of like it. So we'll see, but I still don't give a fuck about football.
You should. Oh, sorry. This is bubble wrap. Keep this away from me, please. You think I ignored
What?
Jared already?
Not just me.
Bubble wrap is the best thing.
It's
Yeah,
like a
but
stress.
not on a live podcast.
No.
No. Yeah, I agree both wholeheartedly
Oh,
with
sad
both of
turd day. Oh,
You know the best thing,
This
the
is so
the
cool.
best prank to pull on somebody is you remember those little poppers that you used to have as kids. You used
you.
to
Just throw them at their
Yeah.
feet. Dance.
take them and put
what I
take
used to
someone's
yell.
shoes, house slippers, tape them underneath a shoe,
have
and then when they get ready to put their shoes on.
That's how you. That's how you give someone a stroke or a heart attack.
And no, I haven't done it to Paul yet. I thought about it,
Oh, I've thought about doing all sorts of.
but we
crazy
don't have
things.
hardwood floors.
This is so nice. Thank you so much.
No
Here, hold on.
problem.
But there's 2 more things in this bag, so I got to open those up too. Here, hold on. Let me set that down. Hold on.
put it.
Here, I'll put it off to the side because I know exactly where I'm going to hang this. Actually, I don't. I have several spots I'm thinking of.
In your room.
Yeah, but yes, because I have only one piece
Yeah.
of wall art. No, actually, I have 2. This is going to be my third. They say the third time's a charm. Maybe I'll win the Super Bowl this year. Go Steelers.
Not happening.
You don't know that. Just because they went 0-3 in the
Well,
preseason,
I think Washington was playing today too, right?
No,
No,
don't,
preseason.
don't care.
they play tomorrow night.
They play tomorrow night.
All right, so we're opening second said gift. Hold on. With our Christmas wrapping paper. You know what I normally do when I wrap my gifts? I wrap them in foil.
I mean, I have so many different wrapper paper
That's
in
the-
the house. It's like,
That's the emoji I need to put in there. I don't care.
oh, do not care a bit.
Oh my God, what's in the box? Sorry, I was watching Seven recently about a week
Great
ago.
movie.
So, it's one of the best movies, dude. Except for that Kevin Spacey's like a fucking creep now, which
Yeah.
that pisses me off a lot because I really like that guy.
Epic. How are they gonna dominate everyone? Are they gonna
Alright.
pack their meat?
So as we are, well, maybe that's what's in this box. Meat
What?
is packed in this box, probably.
What?
Now I am going to
Bro,
attempt
I
to.
don't know where your brain goes.
It's
No, either.
hold on. Opening this up. Hold on. We've got more bubble wrap. Keep it away. Oh, and look. My favorite thing ever. They're little footballs.
They're salt and pepper shakers.
No, they're not salt and pepper shakers.
Oh my.
There's another one, but you'll see it in the.
I see. Okay, hold on. Oh, you've seen Ace Ventura? Oh, look. They're little footballs. Yeah. Nice. All right, hold on. So we're going to put both these massive balls down real quick. Sorry.
Right in front of the camera.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, Peter Pool.
That's okay. I don't.
Oh my god! I just saw the pencil there too.
Oh my god, dude! Finally.
No, okay, relax. Hey, bro.
I'm sorry. What? Slamming the table? My bad.
No, not slamming the table. Fucking doing that.
I think you
We're
broke,
on a fucking live
I think you
podcast.
broke YouTube's guidelines.
That's all. They will only ban us if they have a dirty imagination. All right, and so here we're opening up the last one, and yet another box.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let's do this.
It's not just YouTube. Also, it's also Twitch. You get me banned from Twitch, we're gonna have a problem.
Oh man, that would suck. And then I'd never hear the end of it.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
fucking right.
Dude, there are
I
young-
don't care.
I'm
I
just
don't want
saying.
to take that risk.
I understand that. All right.
Yeah.
So we are also opening up other little balls. Oh, so they're my initials on my balls. Nice, dude. That's fucking sweet, bro. So here. Or we could be creative, and the R could be for RJ, and the J could be for Jared.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Yes. And then the S could be for science. All right. So therefore, we are smart, and we've got our balls in check. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. Did these come painted? I'm assuming obviously you
Yeah,
guys
they were
didn't paint these.
Yeah, they were already painted.
No, this is sweet. Thank you so much.
And
man.
when I
This
saw
man
them, I
doesn't
was
know how
like, yeah.
Etsy works.
I don't. That is correct. I do not. I do not. So I am happy to display my balls on camera for all of you. All
You
right.
Switch it around there.
Oh, here. I don't even know what I have here. What does it say? Here.
The
hold on.
R goes in front of the J.
Okay, right there.
There you go.
There we go. All right, there we go. Okay, so we got that. That is so nice of you guys. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Jared appreciates
I
it.
showed it to Paul, and Paul's like, "Yeah." He's like,
Hell
"Keep
yeah,
that."
dude. I'll take any good luck charm I can get.
And then when Jarrett was talking about the bonsai trees and stuff, me and Paul were looking to find, which would be the best. And I was like, even though if you buy them already grown, I think it would be a lot easier for him just growing it himself and training it itself, to do the, the whole
Yeah,
snipping and all that stuff and everything.
That's
so.
that's I wanted to do one of those but I kind of want to get them in various forms, like levels.
Mm-hmm.
Like I want to get like a seedling, like what, and I thank you guys again for that. I want to grow as a seedling, like this is my joint, and then a trained one that's like, I think they said 5 or 6 years old, which is still small.
Yeah.
But these are going to be all different species of trees, and then spending like $500 for
The bigger one.
a good one,
Yeah.
like one that's already been, and then I still had to trim it and all that, but it's already been trained to whatever.
Yeah, you got to find like some of those. What is it? The nurseries. and stuff
Yeah,
to
yeah.
find.
I went to one. I can't remember if it was here or in California, but I've been to one where they had bonsai trees there,
Mhm.
and I was like, holy shit, it was
They're
like 800
beautiful. You could
yeah.
get a couple of them that can be really nice colors too. Like,
Yeah. Well, it depends on what kind of tree it is. Like they have Japanese maples, which are red.
I think I saw someone who's got like one that's got like purple leaves.
Yeah, that's the Japanese maple.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
Sounds like it would look.
Those are cool, but they're hard to get and they're expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have regular, what do they call it? Junipers, which is basically a cedar tree.
Mm-hmm.
That's a pretty popular one, especially in North America. Bro, I'm telling you, I've been going down YouTube rabbit holes and watching that shit. So
That's dope. I'm so happy for you that you're able to go out there and plant these seeds, your seeds.
I haven't
Okay.
done it yet, but so relax.
All right. I'm just saying, man. This is a podcast full of bowls and planting seeds. I
Yeah,
think
well, they
we're
had to
doing a
give
great
you.
job.
They have to give you something where you don't have to do anything because that's how simple your brain is.
First of all, I am more than likely probably one of the most
I
intelligent.
had to
men
tell
you've
you
ever
what
met.
order to put your
I
fucking
wasn't
own name
looking
in.
at it. I can't see it. I'm not reading it. I say my name backwards sometimes. And-
My name's Junior.
yeah, there you go. Richard
God.
Jr., you know. But before we continue, I just still want to briefly touch on the hate for Steven Seagal and how
Oh, yeah,
it's still
back-
a very relevant thing, apparently. I just didn't know it was a thing, and I was laughing at all the comments, and one of them was like, yeah, he'll claim that he's Asian and be the tallest guy in the room or something like
Yeah.
that. Like, I don't know. It was just very random and fucked up, and I don't know how I found it, and now I hate Steven Seagal as well. Just gonna let you know.
I mean, I liked them as a kid just because I liked the movies, but then, like, again, you hear the stories over the years of how.
So he has like
Same.
a song.
Yeah.
He's got like a reggae song, dude. I didn't
Wait,
know
what?
this.
Okay, I don't need to know that. I don't
He's
care.
got a. This is how I remember now. This is how I found this. Just some random like hip hop shit that I follow, and they're like, "Hey, does anybody remember this Steven Seagal on this Jamaican song?" And I was like,
Huh?
"What?"
Yeah, and it was trash.
Dude, it was terrible. It was horrible. I listened to the whole thing.
Why now it's gonna be like where I'm gonna have to go and see?
You're gonna
if
have
I can
to find
it.
And
And
you're gonna have to
just
look
to
into
hear it.
And he's like, he's rapping it or singing in this Jamaican accent, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? I don't know. It was just the most random shit I've ever, I wouldn't say ever, but very close to it, have stumbled across online. So Steven Seagal, yes, the actor, has a reggae
We know who
song.
Steven Seagal is.
Yes, it's just super random, and it I don't know, the comments were.
I
There
mean,
was-
I like the
Also
movies that he
well-known.
was in and all, but it's just him as a person.
He's
Didn't
a
it-
piece of shit.
Didn't he have that show that where he was like a
Yeah, he was like a
deputy
cop.
or some shit? Yeah, it was New Orleans, wasn't it?
I want to
You know,
either New
Or
Orleans
Miami or something.
or was it Arizona?
It was somewhere down south. I know.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly what city, but it was like
Yeah, he was like a law enforcement officer. Even though I didn't know he ever.
apparently he did go
ever
to the
fucking-
to academy somewhere. I don't
Yeah,
know.
like I never knew that.
But like Shaq is also a sheriff somewhere too.
But it's funny as hell because he'll wear like multicam camo uniform while he's doing this law enforcement shit
Mm.
in an urban city. Like, dude, you're not in fucking Afghanistan. where
Fallujah
the-
or some shit.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're in fucking New Orleans, not Fallujah.
Yeah.
Why are you in? And how many yards of fabric did it take to make a fucking uniform for you?
Oh yeah, he does have a gut. And then those
He's got a
stupid
hell of a
fucking
gut.
yellow glasses he always wears.
Yeah.
yes,
know-
the
Yeah.
yellow glasses.
See-
Dude, I've learned to hate Steven Seagal, dude. It's
This-
so random. So
This is
random.
why you need to catch up on South Park because they made fun of Steven Seagal in South Park.
So,
Tom Segura has a whole bit on
Oh
that.
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
so crazy. I have to
It
look
is
more into the
hilarious.
hatred of Steven Seagal.
They
dude.
make fun of him, and they also made fun of Vin Diesel.
I mean, that's easy to do.
But yeah,
'cause-
Steven Seagal is like notorious for being very difficult to work with.
Mhm.
He doesn't he doesn't pull his punches when he's doing stunts. He's actually knocked a stuntman out.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Michael Jai White talked about that on one of the Vlad interviews. He was like, I hit that motherfucker back because everybody else was scared to hit him. But you're not fucking with Michael Jai White. You know what I'm saying? Even though you are this Aikido guy, but look, bro, I got 8 black belts and 10 different karates or whatever. And he hit him once. He said he hit him one time. And he fucking hit his ass back. And then he was like surprised. And it was like, hey, bro, I'm not out here I ain't no bitch. You know what I'm saying?
And there was I think it was a Brazilian jiu-jitsu guy. I can't remember his name, but he actually knocked Steven Seagal out with one blow.
Might have been Anderson Silva.
I don't remember if it was
Spider.
Well, I know he was training with him for a while. I'm surprised you
that
actually
was
knew
another
that.
weird thing that he did. Like he trained Anderson
Yeah.
Silva.
Oh, that kick was what I taught him. Like, I think he's been training that for a long time.
Like, it was a pretty basic maneuver.
Yeah.
I don't think you taught him anything.
And matter of fact, I don't think that we've ever seen you throw a kick in any of your movies. You just do a bunch of hand shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never seen any of
Yeah,
his
he's
like
got some like cheesy
One guy-
one-liners too, dude.
There's like
Yeah, we talked about that a long time ago.
some instructor challenged him and actually fought him and knocked him out one punch. And the funny thing is, Steven Seagal actually soiled himself after that, after he got knocked out.
Oh, yeah.
that I would like to see.
I don't know.
I
I don't want to see him shitting himself.
That-
Well,
yeah.
I'll have to get back to you on the guy's name, but
Oh, it could have been a bunch of people. He was training with a lot of people, especially when the UFC was really popping. I mean, it still is, but
yeah.
I mean, I watched the UFC. I watched a lot of the fights. I watched a lot of the MMA fights because you know how like the Olympics, they were constantly trying to down these 2 female fighters, trying to say that they were men. But I'm like, how often do you really watch the UFC and you've seen the women that we watch? You know, like Nunez, she just recently just retired. There's a lot of like the Brazilian fighters that I've been following up on for the past couple of years. And I'm like, you're watching a lot of these MMA fighters for the women, and some of them look like men too, but you ain't saying nothing about them, but you got something to say about the 2 women that were playing in the Olympics.
First of all, shout out to Amanda Hebus. She does not look like a dude.
No, I'm not saying all of them do.
Hey,
There's some
I'm
of
just
them.
saying that. I'm saying,
Yeah.
so if she hears this, hi, babe.
Yeah.
But Nunez was one of my favorite Brazilian fighters when she retired. So
Yeah.
I kind of
There's a bunch. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Nunez, Cyborg,
Mhm.
Andrade.
Yeah.
They look a little tough.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say they look like men because but they're also a lot. That's what people don't realize is there's not a lot of women in that space. So if you're training, you're going to be training with mostly men, especially if you're trying to get to the next level, because there's not a lot of women that's going to be pushing you to the point where you need to beat other women at that level.
And when you are training like that, you're taking those certain, supplements, those pills and all that stuff,
Yeah.
and you working out, you will lose this area to the point where you will look like a man. And it's like, is it the fact that maybe, I'm not saying that all men, but there are some men that kind of get intimidated when they see that and they're thinking, that's a man. That's no way that's a woman.
I think that's what it is.
Especially especially when they get knocked the hell out by a woman.
Well,
I mean, my ex-husband said, I let you do that. No,
there's not a lot. Well, I was gonna say there's not a lot of. If you're, let me see, how can I put this? A trained male fighting a trained female probably won't get knocked out by a female.
Yeah. Well, no, yeah, you won't get that, but there is some trained men that have been knocked out by a trained female. It has happened.
I'm sure it has.
It has happened, and a lot of
Because
people don't want to admit it.
anybody can get knocked out. It's that's just how the human anatomy works. I'm just saying it's less likely for it to happen, and it's not as common as
It's like a 10% chance.
yeah,
Maybe, yeah.
because I've been around it and I've seen it. Like if a male turns it up on a female, like the female comes out real quickly.
I don't know, because I don't know if you remember, like we were talking about when we did our stand up on Thursday. There was some of the, we mentioned about how when us women get upset, we have that strength that comes out that you just don't realize that will come out of a woman.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's same thing with a male.
Same thing with the male. And I remember what it was because the things I went through with my first husband, with the domestic violence and all that, with that situation, I got to the point where I wasn't going to go deal with that anymore. So when my second marriage, when he put his hands on me for the first time, I don't know what it was. I blacked out, like literally saw red, and I took him and flipped him and put him on the ground. And he's like stunned, like what the heck? Because he's 6'3", and I'm this itty bitty little person. And then I woke up and I was like, oh, what the hell happened? He goes, where did that come from? I don't know. Maybe I just had enough. And after that, he never really came at me. And when he did try to come at me, he would try to be like all up in my face, but he slowly back away. Paul's seen it a couple of times because, he had to deal with my son's father for a bit. And he was just like, dude, you scared of her? Is what he looked at him and then he tried to say that Paul was scared of me. I was like, Paul's not scared of me.
Paul repels through ceilings.
By the way, that was a mediocre movie, by the way. Enough.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's another one. Another one that I don't like anymore. I used to love Jennifer Lopez. I can't stand her now.
Do you know why?
I still love her.
No.
She's another one that I've heard has been difficult to work with.
Well, and then
Mariah Carey's difficult to work with.
I could see that.
Well, yeah, I could see that.
There's a lot of divas in the.
Well, yeah, I mean, you get money and fame, and it goes to people's heads, man.
Mm-hmm.
It really does. I heard Chevy Chase is hard to work with.
He's hard
too.
to work with.
Yeah, and I love
Tom Cruise was told to be hard to work with as well.
I think that's kind of hit or miss. I think, I think if he fucks with you, then I've heard he's a really nice guy, actually.
Yeah.
But
Did you just see that? Well, see,
I heard the tape.
I remember from the last podcast you guys talked about, how he jumped, because you were talking about, you're like, I don't care.
Oh, yeah.
Which was funny because I couldn't stop laughing because I told when
how he jumped off.
How he jumped off the building or whatever when he parachuted.
Yeah.
And I was like,
it didn't look that great.
And I was like, yeah. And I felt, how Jared felt because I'm like, yeah, I didn't even watch it. I looked at the YouTube video just to see it.
I saw him come down, and I was like, he's done way more crazy shit than that in actual movies.
But
it was
it
was interesting though because they were talking about, even though with him doing that, they brought about how a fan forcefully kissed him.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
I was like,
but I didn't care about the reaction. I was like, well,
okay.
You are in France, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. Actually,
they would grope you if they wanted to.
Yep.
And
there's a lot of shit going around during that stuff about just stuff like that happening. How and then people would backlash at the celebrities for like a kid would come up and try to forcefully try to take a picture, and then the celebrity, I forgot, there was a couple that they try to like kind of push him away, like because you're in my space now.
You're
dude.
you're in my personal space,
and like. You didn't even ask. You just decided to bogart your way, but then all the other people were like, oh, how could he do that to a kid? Like, fuck that kid.
Yeah. Fuck you.
I mean, we
man.
met a lot of, since you and I have been married. You got to meet some interesting celebrities since we've been married. Because I got
you met me.
Absolutely. And that's why he's on the Mad Science Lab podcast. Anywhere you get your podcasts, that is Apple Music, Spotify, all that good stuff.
Because he got to
highlight my life. So here we are, guys.
Well, that's good. I'm glad because sometimes y'all need. This is what I like to call, and Jared doesn't agree with me.
Nope.
Not at all. This is therapy. This
Look,
is.
man, I ain't falling for no banana in my tailpipe.
Oh man, that was.
I mean, before we met, I got to meet Dustin Lynch the first time before he got really famous. These are country singers. So
I was gonna say, who the fuck is that?
I was like, man,
I mean, I love my country music. So, which that surprised him because he thought I was all into like the hip hop and the Hispanic music, Shakira and all this stuff. I said, yeah, I like those too, but country is what really got me into like really listen to varieties of more different type of music. I love my oldies. Don't get me wrong. I love, Earth, Wind, and Fire. All those old music, Barry White, and all that. But
My darling child. yeah. There you go.
I don't think that was Barry White.
Can't get enough of your love, baby.
That's Barry White.
Yeah.
But when you meet some of these people, though, if some actually, I think, are starting to get to the point where fame has got to their heads, where some of them actually forget where they were coming from, or where they were before they became famous.
Oh no, she keeps telling us she's Jenny from the block, and then you see all these videos of like,
yeah,
no, you went to a boarding school with me and my other friend, and we used to beat you up and put you in a locker. You're not Jenny from the block.
And it's because we got to meet, what was it? Besides, because I snuck him into an after party or a before party thing that they had, when they start the concerts and stuff. So he got to meet Dustin Lynch. He also got to meet Russell Dickerson. I got to meet him, Dylan Scott.
Okay.
And a couple of other artists that are just starting off. So there has been a lot of pictures of me meet and greets with some people. Right now I'm trying to. It's so expensive, but I really want to go so bad. Is the Supernatural convention that's coming up next month. I want to go so bad, but it's gonna cost me almost $2,000 just to go. And I'm
Where's it at?
It's in Arlington this year.
It's in Arlington.
It's in Arlington this year.
$2,000 for Arlington?
Yeah. What it is that you're paying for the seat to be inside to listen to them. So total wise, it's gonna cost me about $1,000 or close to $2,000.
What is this? What is this?
It's a Supernatural convention. So I don't know if you've seen
like the show Supernatural.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So all the actors and actresses are
$1,000.
because if you look at the
Everything
seats
that she wants to do, yeah.
Oh, you sound like somebody else I know. Never mind.
What?
I went
Say
out
it.
one time.
I'm going to fly to Houston
actually,
to meet John Cena for 2 days. The fuck?
Well, you can't see. I mean, yeah. I think the most I spent on tickets is because technically, it was our friend who just hit. I think it's 10, 11 years of being a pancreatic cancer survivor, and I spent almost close to $900 for us to be in very decent seats to see the Backstreet Boys.
Oh yeah,
for the
man.
second time.
That I can understand, but
yeah,
$1,000 for Supernatural, I don't know about that one.
For the
it's to get pictures with group pictures with X amount of people, because there's certain people I want to get pictures with, certain people I want to get the autographs, so
the dude from The Boys is in Supernatural.
Yes, he is.
Jensen Ackles.
Yeah, Jensen. Yep. Because I wanted to get a picture with Misha Collins. I wanted to get a picture with Jensen and Jared and the guy who played Crawley. And Rowena is one of my favorite ones because I named my car after her. So
I've never seen any piece of that show. It's not even a highlight.
It's so much to the point where I got 3 tattoos to honor them after I finished the series. I paid $500 for the one that's on my leg, and then I got.
What do you have right there? Let me see.
So you got. So if you see it,
okay, I see
you got Castiel. You got.
That's actually pretty sweet. That's a. Dope
you got Dean, Sam, and Jack, which was the one they found out that's their brother towards the end. And then I got this one to represent Castiel, and then I got one that's right here on my ribs. So, and there's a couple of other ones that I want to get done too. But he's also got a Supernatural tattoo on his side too. So
you got tattoos, Paul?
I do.
Are you a biker now? Is that what you are?
First of all, RJ, you're the one that's the bitch and ain't got no tattoos.
First of all, I got my arm branded in my name. That's
yeah, that was just some shit you did probably while high on heroin or something.
No. First of all, I've never done heroin. Let's not talk about that live on the show for everyone to see.
And we are going to get you out of the house in December.
No,
just so you know.
He's not going.
No, don't worry.
We are.
The fall is coming. Things are coming.
Well,
Richard,
tickets are being bought. Where it will be the 4 of us are going to go and celebrate Paul's birthday at the Medieval Times.
Oh, we're gonna get fucked up, dude.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, let's do it. Oh yeah, dude. Me and you are gonna get on opposite horses, and we're gonna try to stab.
What's wrong with your eyes right now?
That's a Clint Eastwood.
That's my what is it?
That's the
Lee Van
skeptical
Cleef
I
look.
can't see his face, so I don't know what his eyes are
that's
doing.
that's my Lee Van Cleef look, where he's just like,
Oh yeah.
looking at everybody.
The skeptical snake.
Yeah, snake. Yeah. You got the recording. Yeah, I'm sorry. I could go on for
Tattoos,
days.
tattoos are permanent proof of temporary insanity.
Yes.
Oh man,
Really? Is that what that is for
I
me?
don't know. I got 3 of them. So.
I mean, I got a total of 30.
30 or 3?
30.
Okay.
You have 30 tattoos?
Yes, I do.
So that doesn't sound like temporary insanity.
Yeah.
That sounds
It
like.
sounds like you're fucking crazy. That's what it
No, I
sounds
still
like.
one of these days. I don't know. I still want. There's a certain thing that I want on a sleeve.
Well, then I will hook you up with our tattoo artist.
It's Japanese style. Like if he.
She will do it
Oh, okay.
because she's done my koi fish. She's done a couple of other. There's a couple of Japanese pieces that I want done, and she's really good. Like if you can tell, her line work is like great.
All that's hers.
This right here, this one's hers. The one going to my hand, going to the back here is from her. This one she did here. She did this one on my thigh. She did my koi fish. She's done the one behind my ear. So she's done.
Would you ever get a face tattoo?
No.
Come
Okay.
on, bro.
I just wanted to ask.
No.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't allow it either. Dude. Like, no, you're not tatting your
I don't-
face.
I don't think-
I mean, your body's one thing, but your face is, it's your face.
I don't think tatting. I mean, I know that a lot of for a lot of us, me being part Native, I would do it if I picked the right tribal face tattoo.
Yeah.
Because I know some women that I know that are my Native siblings. They got the the 3 lines going here or whatever. And what really makes me laugh in a way though, because I understand why they're doing it. But when you see, entitled white people, not all, but entitled white people, when they
Fucking
see that,
crackers.
the first thing they said to one of the ladies that I know that had it done, "Don't scalp me." Tell me you are ignorant without telling me you are ignorant. Like, come on.
That is
like,
kind of crazy.
It's like,
And
wow.
we're not scalping people in 21st
No,
century.
it's like it's a tribal thing, so it's like what's the whole
RJ, what
the whole
are you
issue.
doing?
Sorry,
He-
I thought there was a problem. Go ahead.
I thought
No,
you
I'm
were,
serious, I'm
I
serious.
thought you were just reaching for Paul's ass. That's okay.
Wow.
I will be more than happy to reach for Paul's ass. But you know what I'm going to reach for right now? I'm going to reach
A White
for
Claw.
some more booze. I'll be right back.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's all right. Don't worry.
Oh my
You need
God.
to re-up, sir.
No, I wanted to go. No, I don't. I already re-upped.
Well, we need
I wanted to go
we
into.
need the bigger cans. We need the 24 ounce.
I wanted to go into something, but now I have to wait for you to come back.
Well, I'll be gone for
Hurry up!
30.
Fuck's sakes! Stop talking about it.
Run.
Stop talking about it. Be about it.
Be about it.
It's not that. It's like what?
You need live on a podcast.
Yeah, exactly. Let me stop the show.
It's like go scratch your ass.
Well, yeah. If you got a pee too, then that's gonna take him a whole another 30 minutes.
Maybe
Oh
I
shit!
didn't
Thank you,
know that.
Epic, for the 10 gifted. Is that 10? Yeah, 10. Thank you, sir.
So what
Much
kind of
appreciated.
tattoos do you have?
I got these when I was young. When I first got in the Marine Corps. I don't feel like showing them off right now.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But like, I think my first one was this one. It's the Japanese kanji symbol for dangerous.
Mhm.
Again, I was 19 years old. I thought I was dangerous. I was a Marine. You know what I'm saying? So then, like, maybe like 2 weeks later, oh my God, that is the fastest I've ever seen you move in my entire life.
I was a pizza man.
That doesn't mean anything to me. He said he was a pizza man, so he moved fast.
That's right.
That's not
what
true.
was that thing that Castiel says? I remember the pizza man.
Yeah, it was a good memory.
It was a good memory.
What was that? No, I don't need one.
So if anyone has not seen Supernatural, just go and check out that one scene of what we're talking about with the pizza man for Castiel.
Wait. Before we go back to that, where was I at?
About your tattoos.
Oh, yeah. So then, because there was a story behind it. So then this one I have over here is, like, I wanted a dragon with, like, it was, like, wrapped around a dagger. And at that time, I didn't know anything about, like, getting one done or created. So I just picked one that was on the wall. The dragon looks more like a fucking weird looking lizard, but it was a dagger. And then my buddy got one also, like kind of the same. We got one at the same day. So we were like, oh, yo, we blood brothers, this, that, other thing. He was my best friend in the Marine Corps for a long time. And then he got out. Then I got out. But then the second Iraq happened, and they called him back. They didn't call me back, and he ended up dying in Iraq.
Oh.
So that one kind of means something to, like, I wouldn't cover it up because it's like, no, that's me and Duckett's shit, you know what I'm saying? And then I have Only the Strong Survive over my heart. Some cheesy ass shit you can't even read anymore because I picked the wrong font.
Yeah, I think that's
I know
what
the feeling, because I've got like my wedding date up here in Roman numerals, and I should have went with like a finer thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said he wished that he would have went with this.
And now
type.
it looks like a barcode.
Yeah. This is just like a blur of fucking ink now.
Yeah, this one I got. I don't know if you guys remember Jeanette, Ron's fiance.
Yeah.
She recently passed of cancer, and when I found out she passed, literally the day after, I went and got this because I had it in my arts of tattoos I wanted to get, and now I knew why. It has more meaning for me now when I went and got it because of that, and I'm planning on getting her name on there too, but I get so many compliments when people see this one because they're like, I've never seen an owl look like that. Like, I even have this one right here. So this one,
You're fine.
you and the White Claws, you know. So I got this one right here on my chest, which people kept on asking me, did that hurt at all? And I'm like, the only thing I felt was that one line that went up, just that. And of course, you got Groot.
Oh, that's dope, dude.
Yeah, because of my son, because, you know, he's autistic and nonverbal, so I got Groot because he acts just like Groot. And then, of course, my aunt, I got the unicorn because, you know, me and her both love unicorns, but she's, like, a big fan of unicorns, like, big time. And the tattoo artist I've been going to, though, which I'm going to have to send Jared her Instagram information because you can get a decent deal with her and not break the bank is what it is. Because usually a lot of these tattoos cost like, I think I paid $100 for this one for like partial sleeve. And this one I think was $80. This one was $80. This one was $80 as well. This one was $80. Yeah, that one was $80 as well. This one was $160 because of the color. And this one, like I said, it was $500 for this one. So that one took 7 hours.
I believe it.
That one took 7 hours, but when I got this one done, my lupus kicked in big time. Like literally the day after I got it done. My leg was so swollen and red, I couldn't barely walk on it, and I was just like, oh, but you know what? It was worth it.
Yeah, that was your body reacting to that.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
You know, people don't realize that tattoos is basically trauma.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a bunch of little wounds just.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then, you know, of course, the one on my ankle, everyone's like, man, you went for the areas, like, because I went for the elbow, went for the chest, I went behind the ear, you know, went on the ankle, and they go, those areas hurt? Like, my mom even asked me, she's like, did that hurt? I said, I didn't feel anything. The only thing I felt was when she went right here across my hand. Like, I guess because I became very numb to pain for the amount of tattoos that I got, especially with, you know, everything that I've been through for years. But, you know, everyone has their high tolerance of pain. I mean, there was a guy that I remember was in a tattoo shop, and he was getting a tattoo across his chest, and that man was screaming like a little bitch.
I believe it. I mean, there's people that have like their whole head tattooed too. I would think that would be probably one of the more painful areas.
I don't think that
I forgot what they're called in Japan. My mom told me the name of it because of, you know, because my mom's from, she was raised in Japan, where it's a name for it.
Nippon.
Is that what it is?
Well, no, I was saying Nippon is how you say Japan in Japanese.
Oh, yeah, because they have where there's Japanese men that are tattooed all the way from the back of their head to their face, all the way down to their neck.
That's Yakuza.
Is it Yakuza?
Yeah, because in Japan, I mean, it's a little more lax now, but for a long time, it was
you had to cover up.
Well, no, even the only people who had tattoos were Yakuza because it was kind of like I forgot the exact reason, but like if you had tattoos, you were in the mob.
Yeah, you're in the mob. Yeah.
I've always wanted to be in the mob. I'm
No,
not
you
gonna
don't.
lie. Yeah, I think it'd be kind of cool.
No.
Until I get shot in the back of the head driving Paulie down the road.
Or in the Yakuza, if you fuck up, you got to cut a finger off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't want to do that either.
There's people out there that try to be the mafia or call themselves the mafia, and they're doing things that the mafia would not do, like letting people back in if they're messy.
Yeah.
You know the reason behind cutting off a finger, right?
I forgot.
So it dates back to like feudal Japan era where
I knew it had something to do with that.
where they used to use
Oh,
swords all the time.
instead of doing seppuku,
they would
they-
cut off their pinky.
yeah. So
Where they take the
And the reason why they cut the pinky off specifically is because you need that finger in order to properly wield a sword.
for
So-
balance.
Yeah, for
Because
balance.
everything is makes sense. Because even in judo, you're using these 3 fingers.
Mm-hmm. So you remove that finger, you're kind of at the mercy of
The next
boss-
killer.
The boss, your boss.
Mm.
So you're more dependent on him.
So even if he's old, he can whip your ass because
Exactly, because you're handicapped now.
Yeah.
So do we have to wait until you see the new Alien movie for us to even talk about it?
No.
Just
you
don't
gotta-
give anything away.
Yeah, no. And I'm glad you guys brought it up because as a pretty decent fan of the Alien movies, I mean, who doesn't like Sigourney Weaver? I mean, who doesn't like the?
Well,
at
she's
least
not in it.
I know. I just meant in general. But what I did do, because I hadn't seen the one that came out previous, Alien Covenant, which takes place after Prometheus.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
I like
anything.
Yeah, it was okay. It wasn't.
I
great.
thought it
That's
was
why I
good.
wasn't like super excited when you were like, "Oh my god, Alien!"
Yeah, it's Alien.
I was yeah, but then you didn't even see the last one. So how can you be excited about one you haven't seen, which might tie into the one you haven't seen?
So that's why I ended up watching it.
Oh, so you did. You just
So this
you
past
just
week,
said the total opposite.
Well, hold on. So hear me out. So I've seen basically every Alien movie except for the one that came out a few years ago, and obviously the one that just came out. So I've seen them all. And
How does that work?
it does work.
You have not seen all of them. If it's
Up into the last two, I've
Oh,
seen
the
them all.
the one that just came
and
out.
I just said, if you didn't see Covenant and you can't get excited, like here's what I think. I didn't understand why you were so excited about seeing this one when you didn't see the last one, which again may tie into the last one. The new one might tie into the last one.
Yeah, no, so hear me out. So I didn't realize this until I did a little bit of digging afterwards because I'm like, all right, where is... no, hold on. Did my research like I did that one week, last week.
Mm-hmm.
And so I saw it. I'm hyped because it's still Alien. I know it's not like the most popular. Regardless, I was like, where does this take place in the Alien timeline? So this actually takes place right after the first movie.
Correct.
And the one that I watched this past week takes place after Prometheus, which also occurs before the first movie. So I knew. So after knowing that, it's like, oh man, I do. To Jared's credit, I do need to know kind of what I'm getting myself into a little bit. And
It's
I
like
watched
watching a new Marvel movie and not seeing the other Marvel stuff.
Yeah, no, I understand. But again, I didn't know if it was just some one-off. I didn't know if it was going to tie in. So that's why I did look into it.
Speaking of that,
But we have
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Star Wars is the same thing. If you haven't seen the other shit, then you can't say.
I haven't watched the new ones, but I did watch the old ones when Billy D. Williams and all them were in it. And
Yeah, but I'm saying to be in that universe or whatever the universe is, you have to kind of know, because there's gonna be parts that is gonna show up that will tie into other movies,
Yep.
even if it's not in the order that you think it is.
Exactly.
So that's why, like,
Kind of like, well, we ain't going to talk about Fast and the Furious because that one is.
well, that's they're done. I don't do those movies.
No, it's going to be
Fast 45.
No, it's going to be
Yeah.
Fast 45, and you got a Vin Diesel in a motor scooter.
Dude, for
Yeah.
family.
He's going to
For
soup up a
family.
motor scooter.
No, but Covenant was cool. It was a continuation of the origin story of the Xenomorph, and I liked it in that aspect, but the movie overall was okay.
Yep, that's what we just said.
I know, but I watched it, so
Okay.
I have to tell you
Okay.
it was okay.
Go on.
So you guys saw the newest one,
Mm-hmm.
Romulus, and what were your thoughts on it?
Mine were because I had to watch the last 3 because I was terrified of watching it at first because it just kind of grossed me out, kind of weirded me out a little bit, just watching an alien coming at your face and just doing
It's a lot of gross
the
shit
tongue
going
coming
on.
out with my lip. I'm like, what's going on? And then
It can be
someone
very
tried
graphic,
to tell me
yes.
that it's a fantasy of a man being sexually whatever with an alien.
I've never heard that ever, so
I know I never heard of that either.
Yeah, avoid
but
that person.
just the way how this movie just did what it did, it was just like I'm constantly screaming at the screen through. I can't scream in the movie, the room for everybody else, but I'm literally just like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? And then there's things that there was I will give off one thing, but there's the brother who's technically like a robot or whatever, and he's telling them don't do this, don't do that, and they're doing the opposite, and it's like, can you just hear what he said? What are you doing? I'm like freaking out in the movie theater, and then of course Paul would try to make little faces and stuff. He goes, ooh, and I'm like, shut up, leave me alone. Or especially when that whole the crawling ones. I'm sorry, because you've seen the previews, so the crawling ones creep me the hell out.
The face huggers.
The face huggers.
Oh, yeah.
No, I don't call them face
probably
huggers.
one
I
of
call them face.
Probably one of the most iconic scenes in the history of film. It's the original birth of the alien popping out of the guy's stomach. And yeah, so they are graphic, but what horror movie isn't to a degree, depending on the
being
level
graphic?
well, it depends on the style of horror and creepiness level. Like I was telling you guys, the movie that creeps me out even when I watch it is still The Strangers.
Mm-hmm.
And all those guys do is put pillowcases over their heads and stare in your window, and that's fucking creepy as shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you don't need anything.
Yeah, imagine.
I haven't seen that
Imagine
one.
being in your house back in the day, and some guy riding on a horse comes in with a hood on his head, looking through your windows. Imagine that. Imagine how scared you would be.
Imagine how scary you'd be if it was today.
Yeah, same.
I think probably
you know where I'm going with that.
I think probably one of the movies that kind of like kind of gave me a little bit of a confusion, but also still kept me in my seat was the Knock at the Cabin with Batista.
I don't think I've ever seen that, dude.
You didn't see that one?
No. I do watch. I
don't do scary movies, so
I watch most of this stuff.
Well,
like,
you know what? At
with my
least
sister.
I would know. I respect Jarrett for that because Jarrett probably will tell her if a chick is interested in scary movies, he probably will have the common courtesy and say, I am not watching that. I don't like scary movies.
I don't think that's a common. I'll watch them. I just prefer. It's not my preferred thing to go to. If she's really into them, like I'll fine. I'll watch this shit. Because there's been times where I've done it and I'm like, okay, this is not what I thought. Like, because I grew up on shit that was actually scary, like aliens.
Yep.
Fucking
Chucky.
Poltergeist, Chucky, not wanting to go to sleep because Freddy Krueger might come get me.
Yep. Oh my
You know what I'm
God.
saying? Like this shit now is like it's just a bunch of
Jump scares.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's why the Strangers movie resonates so. And I don't watch it often or anything, but when I do see it, it's still fucking creepy because it's like, oh my God, this guy's just wearing like literally a bag over his head.
Yeah,
And
creepy
it's
is one thing, like, but like actually like
scary.
disturbing shit.
Yeah.
That's the shit that like I grew up on.
Yeah.
Yep. I did too.
Well, there are also certain movies out there, and I will point
Like Saw is
Saws.
disturbing.
Yeah,
Yes.
Saw, yeah. So I was actually that or the Human Centipede.
Texas
which I-
Chainsaw Massacre, disturbing.
I saw that one, the original one, and the one in 3D.
I saw. Well, I didn't see the
Saw it
3D.
in
I saw
3D.
whatever one
Oh,
they.
it was the new one. It was the new one that came out back in 2000,
Yeah, it was early 2000s.
2012, 2013
Yeah, yeah.
when Texas Chainsaw in 3D
wasn't-
came out.
I don't know if
It was.
I didn't see it in 3D.
Because I was working for Pohanka Honda at the time when I went on that blind date that my coworker hooked me up with.
Okay, let's
still-
not bring up old trauma.
No, it's not trauma. I don't think it is a bad thing. It's just it makes me laugh because the guy didn't, he kind of like freaked out when I said I want to watch that movie, and he just looked at me like, the hell? You know? But I thought, you know, because I love scary movies. My ex-husbands didn't like them. I'm glad he loves them, so I don't have no issues with it.
I have a theory. Well, it's not a full-fledged theory, but I just had a thought. What is that? You guys' way of kind of testing the guy, like
Pretty much.
But half the time, y'all don't even like the scary movies.
I love them.
There's exceptions
Mm-hmm.
because there's goth chicks who like their whole room is black and they got the whole fucking thing. But then I think y'all just be like, or is it just a way to, or if I get scared, I want to see if this guy's gonna be able to protect me type thing. Or am I just thinking too deep?
This is a very layered conversation.
I mean, there is some women that are like that to see if you're going to be that protecting type, kind of like how the, I think the movie that really terrified me to get me to work into watching more scary movies again was Chucky, because Chucky scared the crap out of me as a kid, and when I went home, I took all my dolls and put them in the toy box and put all the pillows and blankets on top, saying, no, nothing ain't gonna get me tonight, you know. But when, you know, working back into watching everything, Michael Jackson Thriller, you know, where he was there, you know, trying to, you know, be all there for her, you know, that's the thing that we kind of like grew up on. For us, some of us ladies that grew up in the 80s going into the early 90s, thinking that, oh, if we walk through a cemetery, you know, oh, he's got to protect me. No, bitch, if something grabs me in the cemetery, you're on your own. I'm out.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Don't get me wrong, Paul. I love you, but if something grabs me in the middle of the night, I'm out. Bye.
You're fucking dead. You're gone.
Something reaches out of the ground. Oh, no. Fuck.
Yeah.
And I will say, get the opportunity to rent out a Tesla, take that sucker into a cemetery, you will see things walking right in front.
Yeah,
I think it's kind of cool.
A friend of mine when I was growing up,
creepy.
His house was kind of on I don't want to call it a desolate road. It's just a road off to the side, and right next to his house, literally maybe 150 feet, is a cemetery on the corner. And I remember in high school we were drinking Mad Dogs. Don't do that.
That was what you were drinking, some kind of witch elixir, motherfucker. That's what happened.
Dude, so it wasn't my choice. I just drank it.
Yeah, and that shit is witchcraft. You don't drink that. That was a potion that was done by 3 witches in a pot, fucking boiling. What
that was
Shakespeare shit?
Trouble.
Yeah, that type of shit.
Hocus pocus.
My thumbs.
No, so
I this way comes.
Oh, this motherfucker knows the whole shit.
So
What
we know
the-
what Shaw does.
That was Shakespeare.
That is Shakespeare.
We know what Paul does.
That's
when
the
he
first time I
brushes his
seen him
teeth in
do
the
that.
morning.
Holy shit.
He knew the whole thing too.
I know. But
Is there something you want to tell us, Paul?
don't
Hey,
say
there's nothing. Don't hate on Shakespeare.
Yeah, I studied Shakespeare.
I got a whole
as
book
a-
of all of his plays. Like that book is like that thick.
As a fan of literature and Harry Potter,
You're not a fan of literature.
I'm a huge fan of
I
literature.
don't- I mean,
I'm
I don't
the
know.
most illiterate person that you've met.
Clearly, because you used the wrong word.
I mean, there's
forward.
so many movies out there that I guess people really don't remember as much, like The Mist. That was
Oh no, that's a good movie. I
that
like
was a good movie. Being stuck in a grocery store and you got this
I
thing
like that
going
movie.
boom up
I
against the
actually saw that
window.
in theaters with my buddies. It was great.
So
thing
every
at the time.
time, you know, I'm out and the fog gets all thick and everything, I'm not only just thinking of Silent Hill, but I'm also thinking of The Mist, and I'm like, no, something's gonna come and grab me in the
Yeah,
middle.
don't watch those.
But we're walking to his house, and it's probably 10 o'clock at night. It's dark as shit. And, you know, he's like, hey, just walk me back to my house and come home. And I was like, all right, cool. And we got to walk through the fucking cemetery, dude. And I want to tell you, you know, being drunk and in high school and walking through a cemetery, that is some scary fucking shit. And this isn't like some fancy cemetery. It's one of those ones you drive by and it's got the old headstone bent backwards. The cross
Or
is
the
crooked.
crypts?
It's like a crypt.
Yeah.
And we're walking through it, and I'm like, you live over here? And he was like, yeah. I was like, are you not like fucking scared? He was like, no, man, they're dead. And I was like, are they? You know, so
Are they
we-
really dead?
Yeah, no shit.
Well, to be fair, the spirits. Oh my god, the spirits or the energy is wherever. They're not at the cemetery. That's just their bodies.
Yeah.
The energy is probably where they want to be more than anything.
Oh,
if
this-
they're still on this earth.
Well,
And this was the creepiest part. Hold on. Is that as we were like basically almost through it, dude, a deer came out of the woods and it was just like fucking staring at us. And I was just like, oh yeah, I'm too drunk, off of bum wine for this.
First of all, welcome to Virginia.
Yeah.
That's what a Mad Dog is. It's bum wine.
Bum wine.
But it's bum wine, dude.
There's a title.
I never had a mad.
What?
Bum wine.
Bum wine, yeah.
I never
bum
had
wine.
that one. So
You
Never
know
had
what?
Mad Dog 2020?
Oh,
no, I
dude.
never had one of those.
Dude, we used to
no.
hang out in front of the store and be like, "Hey, man, you guys want to buy us a bottle?" And they do it. We'd either get the blue one, don't do it. The green one, okay. The yellow one, plausible. And then the notorious red one, yeah, don't do that. But we used to just pass it around between us, and then, oh my God, dude, talk about some crazy shit.
Wow.
Yeah, talk about some crazy shit. Don't drink it ever, for the love of God. If you love anybody in your life, don't drink it.
I want to change gears a little bit.
Yeah, sure.
Because there's something I want to, before we get out of here. I know RJ, are y'all fans of Lord of the Rings or anything?
Yes.
Absolutely.
I just bought him the trilogy thing for
in one book form.
one book.
Oh, the book.
the actual
oh,
book
shit.
form. Yeah.
All three books in one book.
That's pretty.
Oh,
crazy.
that's actually sick, dude. Because I'll actually bring it down next week. I wish we.
I forgot what I bought
still
it
have
for
the
you
original
for.
novels. I have all four of them.
I think I got it for you. What for? As a police
Father's
academy
Day.
graduation?
Yeah.
Oh, Father's Day. Yeah, Father's Day gift.
You are a father.
So, I've been trying to catch up. I had to rewatch. So, The Rings of Power is coming out the 29th, the second season.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't say that like you're very happy about it.
No.
You didn't like the first season?
No.
Why?
Because they weren't faithful to the books.
Well, I mean, that's not even a part of the books, though.
No, you got to change. They had to
The
change.
lore is there.
Mm-hmm.
The lore is there. Have you? Yeah. Did you see it?
Yeah. I didn't like it.
I liked it, but the lore is there, and I basically what I was doing this week was rewatching the first season and then going back and watching New Rock Stars, their analysis, basically Easter eggs and all that, and Screen Crush because New Rock Stars didn't do the whole season, but Screen Crush is sometimes a little more detailed. But yeah, they go through every specific thing and they talk about how it connects to the Tolkien writings and like the languages and how it connects to the lore and like this character, we know he's not dead now. He's dead in this series, but we know he's going to be alive because he comes back in the movies / books. So it is all connected.
Mm-hmm.
There might be some pieces that aren't exact, but we also haven't seen the whole thing yet. Like we just got the first 3 rings in the first season, at the end of the first season. So there's still the other 7 and the other 9, and then the 1 ring.
Yeah.
So we still got a long way to go.
So I will say, at being the massive dork that I am, Lord of the Rings is probably one of the only things somebody had to convince me to watch.
Same here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally.
Well, I only watched the movies because I used to be like, hey, people would be like, yo, oh my God. I remember when I was in the Marine Corps, oh my God, I can't wait till Lord of the Rings comes out. I'm like, what the fuck, you fucking nerd?
yeah.
Because
and
at
we're
that
Star
time-
Wars people, too,
At that
by the way.
time, there was only the books, and they were like, yeah, I used to read the books, and I was like, ugh, you even bigger nerd now, whatever. So then, it wasn't until years later, I used to hate on Lord of the Rings, and until the Rings of Power came out, I started watching that, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck's happening right now. I need to, like, my brain needs to connect pieces together. So I had to go back and watch the movies just to know who these other characters are. And then so I had to go through that and do all the research that way.
Wow.
So I've seen them all now. I've seen all the movies. I've seen all the Hobbits, except for the original, the actual animation.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Yeah, I see the wheels turning.
Yeah, because you called me a freaking hobbit. You said that you didn't realize hobbits were. You didn't
Yes.
believe that hobbits were real until you were stationed with one
Oh my
and
God.
married one.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Thanks.
That's actually a good bit.
Yeah, dude. Hey, man.
He called me a hobbit.
That is actually a good
I mean,
bit.
dude, the Shire looks like a pretty cool place to live. I'm not
Yes,
gonna lie.
it
It
does.
does. It does.
I mean, my parents' house kind of looked like a shire, technically, if you're
Well,
6'3".
Well, I mean, dude, who doesn't want a giant round wooden door, and who doesn't want
His
Gandalf
friend
the
actually
Grey to
has
come
a
in?
door.
There's a
that's-
theory on the doors.
Really?
Here. Oh, here.
The,
Hold on.
The theory is that the doors are circular because they come from the Harfoots,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which because once they got to the Shire, they didn't need the wheels anymore, so the wheels became their doors.
Oh.
Is that what you want to do?
No,
you
you
just
know
want to
what's-
put one little Hobbit door just for me?
Are you?
Yes.
Because I know we talked about, when we finally
it'll
find our
be-
house that we want
Look,
in the basement.
I know you've never seen the movies, but it'll be like
I've seen the movies.
okay. Well, it'll be like the Prancing Pony Inn, where they have a door for humans and they have a smaller door for hobbits.
You know
It's
what?
this big circular
Fuck you.
door that used to be a wheel from their carts that they
Yeah.
used to carry around.
Dude, that is actually fucking
He
badass
actually-
theory. I
so-
like that a lot.
So when he left
Oh my
for
God.
when he left for the police academy, and I told him that I had to because I bought the GMC truck in May, so it's been a couple months since I had a truck, and
It's been a while.
yeah, and I took
Since
I took the truck to for another wash, because I usually just take it through the car washes that they have at the gas stations and stuff. This time I wanted to actually hand wash and do it myself, so I took it to the wash bay.
Hold on.
Yes.
Hold on. So here, this part. Hold on. I'm rearranging my balls. Hold on.
Okay.
So you've hand washed it yourself.
Yes, I hand washed
No.
my pickup truck.
No, you didn't hand wash
I
it.
didn't hand wash. I
You
did.
used some kind of pole that reached up to the
Yes,
top.
but I also had the bucket in the water as well because there's some
Okay.
places that the hose doesn't.
so you
get
hand
to.
washed the lower half.
Yeah,
Okay.
All right.
and I had to do the
I'm
top
the
two.
only one that got
I
that
had
one.
to do the
it's,
top
it's
two.
always the best half to wash. It's the
it
one
was-
that gets the dirtiest.
It was actually kind of funny because I had to open up the bed of the truck. I have to roll the liner up, hop up in there, try to get up on top of the roof to try to clean up the roof and
Right.
everything.
You should have recorded
She
that.
had to get a running
He
start.
was at the academy. He was at the academy. But I actually had a couple of airmen that actually were watching me do this, and they're watching me, and I'm like, what?
That
They're
would
like,
that'd have been perfect for TikTok Live.
they're like, is this your? I said, yes, this is my truck. I'm getting up and I'm going in there and doing what I need to do. I'm cleaning my vehicle. What? Paul's like,
you gotta
and he
record that.
I actually had him on a video call with me when he was in the academy watching me do this stuff, and he goes, oh my God. He says, this is hilarious. I'm like, shut up. Leave me alone.
Then
And then
She
you
had to,
watch me
step
hop.
up onto the tire to get the
Yes.
hood.
Yeah, I had to.
you gotta
So I had to
record
put-
it and then edit in the music from The Hobbit in there. That's
So I had to put my foot on the runner, and I had to
For
put my
Gondor.
foot on the other on the tire just so
Gondor
I could
calls
get
for
up
you.
on the hood.
Does she have hairy feet?
Dude.
No,
Hold on. Well, she's got socks on now. Oh my God, what is that?
really?
It's growing out of your foot.
No. Look, I was paid $500 from a guy at a gas station to take a pictures of my feet. Ramsey just walks up to me and says, "Can I take pictures of your feet?" I'm looking like, what the
He
hell?
might have been a fan of The Hobbits.
Yeah, dude.
You know what? All I gotta
probably
say is that
Gandalf the
the
Grey.
reason why men have foot fetishes is because their first interaction was with a sock.
Oh my God. No, that's not.
You're not wrong.
Well, not for
See?
not for me, but
I use t-shirts.
So what was your first thing? What was your first interaction?
I'm trying to think now. But I know I didn't because you got to put socks on your feet. I'm not putting that in my sock, dude. I got to
Well,
put it on
you
my
use
foot.
an old sock.
I understand crunchy socks.
No.
Very famous.
We already did that.
Oh,
Very, very famous term on this show. No, but hold on. Now you got me thinking about
RJ's gonna be like, I never jerked off once in my life.
No.
I am the most innocent man ever.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was.
what are you?
Look, man,
What are you?
I
nun?
ain't falling for no banana in my tailpipe.
Yeah, I don't want no banana in my tailpipe either. But
We need some of the. We need some
no,
of the.
I think my fur. Oh my God, I can't believe. Fuck it.
I
So
thought you were going to say your fur what?
No. I was just gonna say. I think I was just like in my own bathroom, like an adult, and just use like some tissue, kind of thing.
He was a fat Faison liar.
I mean, I didn't have socks on at the time if I had to think about it, but I didn't use a sock, but I didn't use a shirt either because I only have so many of them. So I want to say I use tissue because tissue is disposable and flushable. I do want to say that. I do want to say
So
that.
Mr. Miyagi helped you get into the
second.
interaction of puberty.
Second camera then froze up on us.
The second camera. Oh my God.
Yeah. So we probably should wrap up anyway.
Well, yeah, nobody wants to talk about me just whacking it in a sock. It's pretty. It's pretty terrible. So, if we're having technical difficulties, you know what's not difficult? Clicking that like button, clicking that share button, leaving a review
All right,
or a
RJ,
comment.
let's go.
Okay, so we're going into next week. So
Thank y'all for being here.
I love you.
Thank you.
I love
See y'all
you.
next week.
We have a great podcast. Like it.
Hit you so hard you won't see nothing. Ever, 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 ever.
Audio Skulls all day.
The merit scientist lab. The merit scientist lab. The merit scientist lab. The merit scientist